So in our last video, we upgraded our i7 8700K to an i9 9900K in this NZXT H710 PC. And I also said that we were going to upgrade our AIO as well. So currently we are rocking an NZXT X63, so a 280mm AIO from NZXT, of course. The really nice design with NZXT, of course, you get the infinity edge lighting on the actual cooler itself, or on the pump cover itself, and then two 140mm fans. But we're of course going to upgrade that to a 360mm AIO from Corsair. So as you guys can see, we have the Elite Capellix H150i from Corsair, and this thing features three 120mm RGB ML fans. So they are the maglev fans from Corsair. They should be really nice and quiet, and overall should last a really long time. The 360mm radiator, of course, a D5 pump that is built into all of Corsair's AIOs. We also get the Commander Pro, I believe it is. So you get like 6 fan connectors and 6 RGB connectors that can all then be controlled through Corsair iCUE. And the pump head is also a really cool design as well. You get the normal faceplate that looks exactly how it looks in the front drawing. So you get the outer rings with 33 LEDs, or you can change it out for a transparent colored or a transparent top layer that then allows the entire thing to be illuminated and almost be in the reverse. So where you see black currently will then be LED, and where you see color will then be blacked out. So that is also a possibility. So I'll just have to check and see which design I like best inside our NZXT H710. So first things first, we got to take out our X63 cooler and put in our 360mm AIO. And you definitely want to get subscribed and stay tuned for some upcoming videos, as I'm going to do a comparison between 280mm AIO and a 360 to see exactly if it's worth the extra cost of a 360 when it comes to cooling performance. And we should definitely be able to test that with our 9900K, overclocked probably to 4.9 or 5 gigahertz. So definitely stay tuned for that. But let's jump into the install and give you guys a solid walkthrough on installing a 360mm AIO in our NZXT H710. So with the glass panel off, the back panel, the top and the front panel all completely removed, we have all the access that we need to get rid of our X63 cooler. So if we turn it on its back, all we're gonna have to do is remove the pump head and then just pull off our top radiator bracket. So first things first, we are just going to remove our NZXT X63 backplate from our motherboard. That way we can install the one from Corsair. Then we'll throw on the fans onto the radiator onto the radiator mount, all of that into the case, and then we can do the pump cooler installed onto our 9900K. So let's get started on all that. Some of it will be a time lapse, and when I think you guys need a little bit more information, then I'll slow it down and give you guys those extra details. And before we get into the install, let's just do a quick unboxing. So here are everything we're going to need. So we have our 3 ML 120 RGB fans. We'll put those off to the side. We then get our Intel and AMD mounting hardware. So the backplates for AM4, LGA 1151, LGA 1200, AMD STR4 for Threadripper. The alternate front plate, so as you can see, completely clear. That way the LEDs can shine through the entire thing. We might go ahead and install that as well. Then we have our Commander. So this will be super nice connecting up to, let's see, what is it? I think it is 6 fans, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 Corsair RGB LEDs for our 3 fans. And then if we wanted to replace our front 3 fans with RGBs from Corsair, we could do that as well. And then we have, of course, our radiator and pump combo. And we'll do more of an unboxing once we get this thing installed and can actually show you guys what everything's looking like. But overall, super, super nice packaging. Build quality feels great. So there we go. Radiator is installed, looking great. So the next thing is, of course, going to be the pump install. And this shouldn't be too bad. Just going to leave it right like this. And that should honestly look pretty good. Tucked up and away, out of the way of everything. So we just have to take off our protective cover that's covering up the thermal paste. I'm just going to leave the pre-applied thermal paste on here, see how it does. If it doesn't do great, then we can always switch it out for some Thermal Grizzly or another high performance thermal paste. But for right now, we're just going to leave the pre-applied stuff on there. So let's just throw this on. Just going to latch onto our back plate attachments, and then we can use our thumb screws to tighten this up. And there we go. We have it installed. Super easy. So all we have left to do is just get the Commander installed, get all the wires hooked up and connected in the back. So I'm just going to run through that real quick and show you guys the end result, how everything looks. So there we go, guys. All our cables are routed through up to our Commander, and we're ready to go. Everything is now installed. As you can see, we have our AIO in there. Sorry if it's a little dark. Once we get everything turned on, you'll definitely be able to see everything, how good it actually looks. So let's get everything buttoned back up, get all the side panels on, and then I'll show you guys the first startup and how everything looks once we're booted in to iCUE and we can get all of our RGB lighting set up. We got our first startup, booting up perfectly fine. Everything looks really cool. It looks good. Of course, we're going to get all our RGB set up the way we want, but everything is looking and sounding good so far. So there we go. I got my lighting the way I prefer it. Of course, there's plenty of other effects that we can put into place with Corsair iCUE. So as you can see all of our fans. So we got the top 3, fan 1 through 3 are our radiator fan. Fan 4 is our front fans, and then fan 5 is our rear fan. And all those are set to balance. You can go from quiet to balance to the extreme setting, and then our pump is set at quiet. And if we go to lighting effects, of course, we can change all of our lighting effects. So instead of doing a static color, we can, of course, do rainbow. Then we have the nice rainbow wave with our fans and our pump. But for me, I'm just going to stick with static color and go with, right now, it's set to white. But of course, to match the theme of the PC, just going to make it blue, that light blue, and we are looking perfect. We might have to invest in some front RGB lights as well. But also looking into Corsair iCUE, if we go over to our dashboard, we can see everything here as well. So we can see the H150i Elite Capellix. So you got liquid temp, the pump speed, fan speeds, all of that, and then everything else we want to see on our system, all within iCUE, CPU temps, GPU temps, everything like that. We can even adjust, considering now that we're running a Corsair keyboard and mouse, as well as our new headset. We can see everything in here in terms of battery life and everything like that. So pretty much this entire PC has been Corsairified, as well as my gaming setup. So everything I can do is now through iCUE, which should be really nice, not having to jump into a bunch of different softwares like CAM, but just leaving it in one in terms of iCUE. And temps are looking really good as well, sitting at around 35 degrees C on the package, slight jumps here and there, but overall really, really nice. But of course, you're gonna have to stick around to get our full breakdown of the 280mm AIO versus our 360. Plenty of testing between Cinebench and AIDA64 just to get an overall idea of how our temps look over time on our 9900K, and whether that extra 80mm or so of surface area going from a 280 to a 360 benefits us at all in terms of temperatures and overclocking and things like that. Overall, I am super impressed with the Elite Capellix. It looks great, sounds great, and seems like the temps are holding up good as well. So if you want to get an in-depth idea of 280mm versus 360mm, definitely get subscribed. Turn on post notifications so you can stay up to date on when I post that video. If you liked the video, if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or any comments, be sure to leave those below. And I'll see you guys in the next one.